Maddie. I live in a minivan and I'm trying to go to all 50 states for an adventure and a beer. Today I'm in Florida. So excited. I already signed up to go on a ranger-led slough, I think it's called, where you're walking in water, basically, is the thing. But really excited to get out and explore, but first, I am starving. The group met up and now we are all driving out to the backcountry to begin. Oh, here we go. Oh, so much pressure. For a reason that'll be clear by the end of this video, I lost the footage I had of the wet walk and I was devastated. I really wanted to show you all this because it's one of the most unique landscapes I've ever been to, and it's so essentially Florida. It's so essentially Florida. But I do have my memories and I can draw it out for you and describe it to you. So first, picture trees. Skinny trees that get really wide, almost cone-shaped at the bottom, because they have to be really tough to stand up to hurricanes and things like that that naturally happen in Florida. And all these trees are sitting in water. Sometimes it's ankle deep, knee deep, thigh deep even. And on the wet walk, because it was a park ranger led program, the park ranger gave us these sticks. They were basically broom handles. You know, they weren't like super fancy walking sticks, but we got sticks to help us balance walking through this stuff because the water was super, super clear at first, but then, you know, once we walked in it got kind of muddy and you couldn't see. Now, a lot of these trees would fall over, as trees do, and it would become something else you need to watch out to step over. But it was so cool because the stumps that were left behind, I think because of weathering, they might just grow like that, but I think it's because of weathering, they got really rounded on top. So they looked almost like mini volcanoes sticking out of the water. It was so cool, so unique looking. I loved it. Now, this environment didn't have a whole lot of color in it. Because these are cypress trees, it's winter, so they're not green. But there were pops of color in the air plants. There were ferns growing on the stumps. There were plants growing in the water that smelled like citronella. Our ranger led us around and we got to explore the marsh. One really cool part was called the gator hole, where alligators would kind of wiggle around to knock down a bunch of trees. So guess what we saw? An alligator. And the ranger said that doesn't happen very often, so we were lucky. And the best shot I got, so sad I don't have it anymore, but imagine you're seeing all the plants underwater and this camera slowly comes up and there's an alligator staring down its nose at ya. So sad I can't show you it through video, but go to Everglades National Park and go on a ranger-led wet walk. It was so cool. That was a marsh, not a swamp, and specifically it was a Cypress Grove. So cool! Let's go see more! least, didn't we? That was cool. Now I paid $30 for a campsite called Flamingo. And now we're gonna head there. It's 4:30, so I figure like the sooner I get there, the more time I'll have to chill in the campsite. Well, this looks like home for the night. I was really hoping for something more wooded, more like the campsite I had in Illinois that you could hammock in, something that felt less like a public park. But, you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. And this is the only way to sleep in the national park, so oh well. On a more positive note, I did luckily have these floor mats in my car, so my muddy boots didn't make a terrible mess. I'll put the discount code and link in the description if you're interested. I really ought to start making dinner right now, but I don't feel like it. Not really in the best mood because of this campsite and the mosquitoes, and I found out I'm gonna have to drive back the way I came and then go around the park instead of driving through. Kind of a bummer, but that's okay because we have another swamp water brewing beer, and it is called Nose IPA. I love the can art. Look at that guy. He's so old and cute. This is supposed to be like, you know, the stumps we saw earlier today in the marsh. So right away this smells very hoppy. And it is delicious. A bit bitter, but I would say full flavored. Let's go sit outside. Such an ordeal. That was Parmesan flavored couscous, and it wasn't really that good. Fighting against the wind and the mosquitoes, and then I come in here. Hold on. Got away. Anyway, there's a bunch of mosquitoes in here, and it's just because I accidentally left my windows cracked when I parked, and now they have invaded. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I hate them so much. Now I need a shower, and I knew I would get muddy and sweaty today, so that's one of the reasons I was okay with staying at a paid campground instead of my usual freebie spot somewhere. So now I'm gonna do that. Even though it's a long walk away. Really, it's not that bad. I just don't feel like it. I was outside looking at the stars just now, and first of all, they're really cool. Second of all, I think that I can feel... Oh, wait. Sorry. Okay. I'm gonna let that one live for a second until I finish this. But I think I can feel mosquitoes biting me. And I think I learned that on the Rim Trail, the Superior Hiking Trail, which I did in State 4, Minnesota, this summer. Go back and watch it if you haven't seen it yet. I'm pretty proud. And yeah, so basically what I'm saying is I can feel mosquitoes biting me, I think. Is that weird? Or am I superhuman? Tell me what you think. For the rest of the night, I don't have service, so I can't do my usual going on the internet, but I did download on Netflix Cheer, which I've been meaning to watch, season 2, and I get to drink all the water I want without worrying about having to go to the bathroom. What a delightful morning. And I know at first I was being kind of a Debbie Downer about the campsite, but really, it was so good to have a bathroom. Like, sinks to brush your teeth in, going to the bathroom, actually using a real toilet whenever you wanted. That was great. Now I am at the Flamingo Visitors Center, and I'm gonna ask if there are any ranger-led canoeing programs going on. What I did yesterday, the wet walk, the slough, that was ranger-led, so didn't have to pay for it. Woo woo! Alright, now that my shirt is properly rolled up, let's go. Big news. So the ranger-led canoe program isn't happening because of the weather, but you can rent a kayak, or a canoe, I guess. But anyway, I rented a kayak. Now I'm just trying to hurry my butt up to go use it. I'm really excited. I bet I'll see a lot of animals. I'm a little intimidated to be in a secluded area that I don't know well by myself, but it's all part of the adventure. It's fine. I lost my GoPro. I was filming the routes here, and I was backing up to let a motorboat through, and I knocked it off. It's just a material thing, but that was $200. It's going to be a few more months until I can afford another. Why I'm saying this is not like, oh, feel sorry for me, but just so you know why there's not that much footage of the kayak trip here. and why it's kind of, I'll probably be in a bummer mood for a little bit. There are 2 shots from my kayak trip that I feel really sad about losing. And the first is while I was getting into my kayak, there was a crocodile right by me. They're bigger than alligators, they're more rare, they only live in the Everglades, and it was so cool. It was huge. I also caught a manatee popping its nose up to breathe. It just looks like a blob under the water until you start seeing a little more and a little more of a nose start coming up. When it breaks the surface, you can see it has whiskers like a dog, and then it takes a big breath and blows out water and sucks more in. It's so cute. Well, I stopped crying because bug spray was getting in my eyes. It's so weird, like, I've never even had a close call of dropping that thing before, and now I do when I'm in, I was about to say kayak-infested waters, when I'm in alligator-infested waters. My main hobby and, like, thing I love to do, my main thing that keeps me going is going on adventures and making these videos and showing you all. Oh, look, there's a bird. And my bad luck continued, because then I could only take pictures on a delay instead of taking videos like normal. I did think of going to get a net and paddling all the way back out, but I didn't have time to do that before they closed, and the chances of me actually being able to reach it in like 6 feet deep water, there was just no chance I was really gonna get it. Of course, right after I was saying how glad I am to have my phone, iPhone decides I don't have any storage left, even though I paid the big bucks for having as much storage as possible. Great. Thinking about it now, losing my GoPro was sad, but does it really affect the world? No. Does it really affect my life as a whole? No. Day to day, yeah. But really, like, I'm still breathing. I'm still able to travel. It sucks, but there will be one day when today happened 5 years ago, you know? Eventually it won't seem like a big deal as it does right now. I think this is where I'm going to end the vlog now. I'm filming on my iPhone 4 I just happen to have with me because of my other phone, you know, being dumb. Wouldn't it be great if the little alligator that was by where I dropped my GoPro just swam down and picked it up for me? Hey, did you lose something? That'd be nice. But I try to make these vlogs as true to life as possible, and sometimes you just have bad days. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.